Hashtag hello and welcome. My name is the Alpha Female, and you're listening to Turnbuckle Talk.
Whoa! G'day, mateys. Bushwhacker Luke here, 2015 Hall of Famer, and you're listening to Turnbuckle Talk. Yeah! Whoa!
This is pro wrestling's only modern-day Viking Gunner, and you're on Turnbuckle Talk.
Hey, this is Nick Magnus-Solis, and you're listening to Turnbuckle Talk.
Hi, this is Leva Blue Pants Bates, and you are listening to Turnbuckle Talk.
Hey, this is Jeff Jarrett, the king of the mountain and founder of Global Force Wrestling, and you're listening to Turnbuckle Talk. Hey, fellas, you guys have a great day, and this is only because I'm talking to Canadians. It is actually spitting snow in Tennessee.
See? Oh my God!
That's a great. We've had 70-degree weather here. We really had a warm December, and I get on the phone with damn Canadians and we're spitting snow. So.
My name is Carl Carafel, and I am joined alongside my co-host Chris Best. This is Turnbuckle Talk, episode 323, AEW Plus. A huge thank you to our sponsors, collarandelbowbrand.com. My good friend Al Snow created collarandelbowbrand.com, and we have a code for you. Use the promo code JKPodcast and get yourself 10% off your entire purchase every single time when you are checking out the amazing merchandise at collarandelbowbrand.com. And if you want to keep yourself replenished, hydrated, and just feeling fantastic while listening to us here with Turnbuckle Talk, make sure you check out RogueEnergy.com. RogueEnergy.com is the place to go for no crash, less sugar, all good stuff for you. RogueEnergy.com. Amazing energy drinks over there for you. Amazing packages that they have available as well. Some great stuff. Go and check them out. While you're there, use the promo code OLEPODS and get yourself 10% off your order there as well. As we come into the show, Chris, I know that we've had some technical difficulties happening here, so I'm hoping that everything is going to work out perfectly fine for us. But my friend, my co-host, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good, and let's just say to our listeners, our viewers, the technical difficulties were very similar to OMDs from a couple weeks ago. Very, very similar. But no, I'm doing great. A lot of stories we've got to unravel here. I got several opinions on one of them right now. So,
well, that one you're going to have some time to be able to think about, as that's going to be our final topic of the night. You know? I do want to talk about one of my favorite female professional wrestlers right now. Somebody who is with Impact Wrestling, somebody who has been doing amazing things over there, and I absolutely love this woman. I'm talking Deonna Purrazzo. Right, JJ? Any more technical problems? We riot. I felt like doing that today, my friend. Oh, my goodness. My work day.
He looked like he was about to punch a hole through the computer.
Oh, you ever see that video with the guy that's watching that little thing go by and then scary face pops up and he punches through the screen? Like, that's exactly how I was
watched
feeling.
That this morning.
Oh, that's exactly how I was feeling. The work day was absolutely nuts, crazy, and absolute crap. But I'm here with you. I'm here with my friends. And this is what matters. This is my de-stressor. Because I know that after I'm done the show, I have myself a nice poutine that I have available for me to eat so that I get some nourishment into my body. But nobody nourishes my soul as much as Deonna Purrazzo.
Yeah,
before really I get into this, I want to know your thoughts on Deonna, because I know she can be... she's not a Tessa Blanchard polarized, but she can be.
Yeah, she is a very polarizing individual, but I find myself liking her more and more because of the fact that she's polarizing. She has a no fucks given kind of attitude, and I pardon my French on that one, but she knows her worth. She knows her value.
She does, and that's exactly what I love. I love that she knows her value when it comes to her professional wrestling career.
Yeah,
that is what I love. So what we're going to get into is on Impact Wrestling's Twitter account at Impact Wrestling. They had a little exclusive that said at Deonna Purrazzo challenges New Japan Global and We Are Stardom to send their best at Multiverse United 2. That is going to be happening on August the 20th at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, EC Dub. I absolutely love this just because. So the challenge, okay, happens against Stardom. Stardom is involved in Multiverse United 2. That wasn't the case during the first one that happened back in April, right? So this is really opening up a huge world of opportunities for the females to be able to show themselves, right?
Exactly.
Instead, what we had, the show featured Mayu, a competitor from Stardom, who took part in the four-way match with Giselle Shaw, Masha Slamovich, and Deonna Purrazzo, with Deonna Purrazzo coming out of that victorious. So, as of right now, there's no hints that anyone is actually going to take Purrazzo up on her offer. But I think that they're definitely going to have something good up their sleeve.
Yeah.
No.
Just off the top of my head, and I'm watching the match in my head as we speak, but I would love for Kairi Sane to take on Deonna Purrazzo. I think that would be a fantastic matchup.
You know what? I don't think you can go wrong with that.
I'm a huge fan of Kairi. Have been since her days in NXT.
I have been very neutral on Kairi Sane. I definitely have been. I've been very, very neutral on that.
I found myself more attracted to her wrestling than watching Asuka, as we call her, Asuka. But I like Asuka too. So, but no, there's so much talent. So much talent from Stardom that can step up, and it would be a fantastic match regardless of who Deonna gets.
It definitely would be. Deonna, I love you, but we're moving on, baby. This is something that isn't on the docket, but I think I'm going to bring it up anyways. August the 20th is only 19 days away, as we are August the 1st right now.
Yeah.
The only matches that we know that have been signed for Multiverse United 2 are going to be Lio Rush and Trey Miguel taking on Mike Bailey and Hiromu Takahashi in tag team action. And Hiromu Tanahashi, two different people.
Right.
Hiromu Takahashi and Hiroshi Tanahashi. Okay, two different people facing off against Alex Shelley for the Impact World Championship. That's
already unsold.
It. Those are the only two matches that we know have actually been signed and are going to be on the show. This is where my question comes in. And you've already answered it because you said, take my money.
Yeah, anytime Tanahashi's on a card, take my money.
Okay. You know? Now, if Tanahashi wasn't announced, okay,
let's say take my money. I want to see a New Japan show live anyways. It's on my bucket list.
Okay. Totally understandable. For a lot of other people, seeing something like this where there is only two matches that are actually announced for a show is kind of a very drawback for them, where they're going, I want to know what's happening. I want to know what's going on the show before I'm willing to spend the money for it.
Yeah.
And with only having a tag team match and the Impact World Championship match that's been announced, do you feel that there is enough time for a build up or for them to announce all of this to us?
No, not really. I mean, 19 days is not a long time at all. 19 days, like I said, not long enough. There's how do you build? How do you build these potential matches that are coming up? It's going to be a lot like I want to say back in 2013 when WWE used to be like, here's 3 matches we're going to have at the pay-per-view. And then suddenly all these other matches are at last minute, which were just garbage. And I'm comparing the build between what's going on between Impact and New Japan and what AEW and New Japan did. Now, there was an actual build, and I was excited for Forbidden Door.
Really?
Yeah. But with a lack of a build, a lot of the we're going to still see the hardcore fans, especially in the 2300 arena.
Right.
We're still going to see the hardcore fans order the show on pay-per-view or wherever it's going to be airing.
Right.
But the part-time fan, that's where the problem lies. Those ones aren't going to be the ones that are going to maybe skip the show because there's not enough build to it. Not enough reason to care for what's going to happen at this show.
Right. I don't know. For me, I've always enjoyed Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
So I think that it would be absolutely fine for this. Like, still, I'm invested in it just because it is Impact Wrestling.
But at the same time, if I remember correctly, One Night Stand, ECW One Night Stand, both the first one, I remember only a handful of matches being announced and then us being surprised with the matches, but that was more of a nostalgia pay-per-view, really.
Right. Yeah, it definitely was more nostalgic. 100%. So, I mean, that kind of offers a little bit more, right? Because of that nostalgia. With this, there really isn't any nostalgia with the Impact and the multiverse, right?
Right.
It's just more or less, hey, we're going to mix North American stars and New Japan stars into a show, and here you go, right?
Yeah, like, if you're going to have Tanahashi on the show, or even if Okada appears on the show, you have to build with those guys, you know?
Right? Okada on any show is money. It's gold.
Oh, yeah.
Not money. It's gold. It's platinum. It is the top of the top.
It's take my money. I'm there. And that's already what I'm saying for here in where we live for October for CWE. No matches announced, but Jacques Rougeau going to be on the card, going to be there. And I'm like, take my money. I'm going to be there because I've spoken highly of him like so many times, you know?
I'm going to have to make sure that I chat with him a little bit because I'm going to get to see him on the Jericho Cruise as well.
Yeah.
So maybe I can work out something with him to maybe secure an interview with him and after the cruise and everything, just so that we can talk about CWE and the Chris Jericho Cruise. I think that would be cool. I think
that'd be awesome. Cool. That would be very awesome.
I think it's a possibility. I think I might be able to do it. So this show with no build-up is still, I think, in my opinion, going to be a moneymaker. And it's going to have people wanting to see it. Let's talk about another show. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Like already, you said Tanahashi, and I'm like, take my money because I'm a huge fan of him and Okada. They're my 2 favorite guys in New Japan right now. So.
Okay. There you go. Both of your favorites are going to be on the show, and you know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I want to talk about another show. I want to talk about a show from the WWE. Yeah, we're going to have 2 shows that we're talking about with the WWE tonight, but the first one I want to talk about is going to be apparently a spectacle. And if you guys have not heard as of yet, the WWE is going to be returning to India for the first live event in 5 years with a show that they're going to be calling Superstar Spectacle. I know that Big Joe would probably have a lot to say about the WWE going to India. And since he's in the chat saying, good evening, guys. Good evening to
Joe.
You, my brother. I want to hear your thoughts on this, Big Joe. So the article that I'm reading here from our good friends over at Wrestling Inc. and Eric Mutter says it's been a year of WWE doing big shows internationally, with Backlash and Money in the Bank happening in Puerto Rico and the UK respectively. Sorry, let me say that again. In Puerto Rico and the UK respectively.
Mm-hmm.
As well as record-setting live events in Mexico in July. The promotion is not done exploring foreign interests, and they're going to run their first ever event in a certain country for the first time in nearly 6 years. Not first ever, their first event in India in 6 years. The WWE actually announced it that they will be returning on September 8th for a live event called Superstar Spectacle. The show is going to come from the GMC Balayogi Indoor Stadium in Hyderabad, India. I hope I said that right. I apologize if I did not. Tickets are actually going on sale this Friday, August the 4th. What do you think of the WWE right now? Okay, going to India with this new show that they're calling Superstar Spectacle. Let's get that out first.
It excites me that they're going back to India because I know just how big of a deal WWE is in India. It's a huge deal there. Right. They need to bring out your East Indian stars, though. They need to bring Veer Mahan. They need to bring Indu Share as a whole need to be there. Jinder Mahal needs to be there. Great Khali needs to be there as well for that ticket seller because he is a huge draw in India.
Yeah, huge. Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. But no, I'm very excited that the Indian people are getting WWE again. And I, for one, kind of want to see this on the network.
I think it probably will be. I don't see why not. I'm hoping that it will be anyways. This is something that has been actually planned and in the works for quite a while now. The Superstar Spectacle was originally planned for January of 2023. The event...
That's right.
Right? But the event had to be postponed.
Yes.
There was a merger involving Sony Sports News, WWE's partner in India. So there was a merger that was happening with that new company. So they had to postpone the show.
Yeah, that's right, because they weren't sure about their TV deals in India as well.
Right.
Because of that.
Right. 100%. They weren't sure about them at all. So it's still too far out, I believe, for a card to really be announced for this.
Right.
Because, I mean, right, 100%. But they have, as of right now, advertised Seth Rollins, Rhea Ripley, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, Gunther, Mahal, Veer, and Sangha of Indashir.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Already, it's going to be a sellout, though, with those names attached. Because of, again, how big of a deal the WWE is in India. It's a huge deal there.
It is. It is absolutely huge. There is no reason why it won't sell out. I mean, we're very spoiled in, I will say, North America, right?
Yeah.
I'll include Canada in there. There are several times that if we wanted to travel, we could go and see an event, right?
I mean, this Saturday, we ourselves have that opportunity, but we can't do it, obviously.
No, cannot right now. But yeah, like Detroit is not very far away from us where a SummerSlam is happening. So, I mean, we have those options and the availability to be able to go and see shows. They don't. Puerto Rico doesn't. India doesn't. Europe doesn't. Asia doesn't. Australia doesn't. They don't get those opportunities.
Can I say, like, with all these international shows happening, that I'm glad that we are now putting emphasis on the world in world wrestling entertainment.
It is about time. It's about damn time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. And I love that. I love that. Going to Puerto
Not to
Rico,
mention,
going to the UK.
yeah,
There's only more. There's only more that they could go to.
and it's
Right.
making me so much more excited to see these new arenas, because I've always been a fan of different looking venues for WWE shows.
Okay.
That's why I love the Puerto Rico show, because it was a different looking venue. I'm looking forward
Right.
to the Raw in Quebec City, even though the Videotron Arena kind of looks still like your standard arena. It's the crowd I'm looking forward to seeing for that show.
Oh, totally understandable. Totally understandable there. The crowd is going to be electric.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. 100%. Huh. There's somebody who is 100% sure that they are the greatest of all time. When it comes to managers, at least. We are looking at Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman recently did an interview, and there was some pretty big statements that he made on this interview itself. He says, "I am the GOAT. I am the greatest of all time. Undisputed." Bobby the Brain Heenan was brought up. Paul Heyman decides to say, screw him. He's dead. God doesn't enter my prayers. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you feel about that, first off?
Okay. Oh, God, does it ever hurt that he said that? Because Bobby Heenan is my greatest manager of all time.
Okay.
And for Heyman to say that about Paul was a bit disrespectful. He might have been saying it in character, because he did have that look. I know how Paul looks when he's not in character versus when he is in character.
Yeah.
So,
but
but
I'm
at the
pretty
same
sure
time,
this was a character.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I'm pretty sure this was character.
Yeah. But at the same time, Paul isn't far off from saying that he is the greatest. He's definitely got to be in that top 5 when you talk about the greatest managers of all time.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
But I'm betting that when the cameras shut off and he's like, he probably was like, did I really just say screw Bobby Heenan? Because I know that Paul Heyman actually holds a lot of respect for Bobby.
He does. Yeah. 100% he does.
Yeah.
So let me continue on then with the statements that he made here. He says, "Want me to prove to you that I'm the GOAT? I'm with him." Motions over to Roman Reigns. "Why would he settle for anything less than the GOAT? He's the tribal chief. He's the biggest box office attraction, not only of sports entertainment, but of sports entertainment." Sorry, I read that wrong. Not only of sports or entertainment, but of sports entertainment. He has smashed every box office record that the WWE has ever had, not just domestically, but all over the world on a global basis. He's done it in Saudi Arabia. He's done it in the UK. He's done it in Mexico. He's done it in Canada. He's done it in the United States. He continues to do it on SmackDown every Friday night, just topping the previous Friday nights. Why would he settle for anything less than the absolute best?
Okay, so as far as the sellouts, Bruno Sammartino would like to have a word with him.
Yes.
But saying that Roman's been on SmackDown every Friday night, that is so far from the truth as well.
Right.
I mean, yes, he is selling the tickets when he's announced for SmackDown or for whatever house show they're doing or PLE. But as I said, Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, they would all like to have a word with Roman.
Right? Right? I think we could even include Shawn Michaels in there.
Oh, yeah, Shawn too. Brett.
Ric Flair.
Brett here in Canada especially, actually.
Right? Anytime that Brett was on a card in Canada, sell out for sure. I'm okay with this, with the words that came out of Paul Heyman's mouth, because that is what a good heel manager would do.
And
I don't know for sure, but I do believe that if the roles were reversed, that Bobby the Brain Heenan would say exactly the same thing.
Heenan would tell him to say that, you know?
Well, I think if the situations were different, where Paul Heyman was back then, and Bobby Heenan is now, that Bobby Heenan would say the exact same things about Paul Heyman,
he would.
Right?
Yes, he would. Both guys have the same kind of mentality when it comes to managing. Paul Heyman, yes, he is. I would like to rephrase a little bit of what I said earlier. He is amongst the greatest of all time, but he's also probably the greatest manager of the modern era of wrestling, I would say.
Okay, that I can get behind. Definitely. Paul Heyman, big words for a big man. Never, never, never disappoints when it comes to the shit that he does and what he says.
No,
I absolutely love it.
He speaks his truth, and half the time he's right, you know?
Well, that's exactly it. Like, he not only can he do the talking, not only can he spit the truth, but he can back that up as well. And he knows that fine line.
Yeah.
He knows that line. Paul Heyman is a wrestling genius.
Oh, yeah.
He knows. He knows that he needs to be careful with his words, and if he does say something, that he is going to have to back it up at some point, and he will always have that backup in the back of his mind, ready when needed.
Like there's been times where he's been called out on his BS, and he would clarify what he means by what he said, you know what I mean? And there have been times he's apologized for some controversial remarks he's made.
Right? That's all part of being human, and that's all owning up to your mistakes.
I was just going to say he owns up to it.
And if you can't do that, don't be in the business.
Nope.
If you can't own up to your mistakes, don't be in a profession where you are going to be subjected to ridicule of the people. Because the people are always going to ridicule. No matter what.
Yep. There's always going to be detractors in the business.
Oh yeah, there is. There's always going to be that one person that's trying to get underneath their skin, or trying to sway other people's views over to theirs of a negative fashion. That always happens. It does. There's no negative talk that I've heard as of yet, though, when it comes to this PLE from the WWE happening this Saturday, known as SummerSlam. On the July 28th episode of SmackDown, it was announced that a SummerSlam Battle Royal would take place at the event, and it would feature male wrestlers from both Raw and SmackDown. I'm sure, right? I didn't know about that.
I didn't hear that, the Raw SmackDown part. I thought it was...
Right?
Yeah. That kind of changes my perception on the Battle Royal a little bit.
Yes. Still don't know how many people are going to be in this Battle Royal. Is it going to be a 10? Is it going to be a 20? Is it going to be a 50? Is it going to be... What is it? We don't know.
I personally wouldn't mind a 20.
I wouldn't mind a 20 either. I think that 20 is a perfect number when it comes to a Battle Royal. After an argument between Sheamus and LA Knight, Adam Pearce named the two of them as the first entrants into that battle royal. That's going to be something happening. Now, we don't know if that is going to be like a pre-show, or if that's going to be the curtain jerker, or if that's going to be halfway through the show. No idea as of yet. All we know is that it will be happening. We're just going to go through the card here real quick. Give a couple quick little blurbs who you think is going to win. And that's about it. Because I do know that with us here at our local establishment, you will be getting a SummerSlam preview show. And we don't want to step over those toes, but we just want to make sure that we're covering this super quick to give you just a little appetizer, a little taste of what is to come. We're going to have Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler in an MMA rules matchup. We did talk about this a little bit last night on the Raw watch along.
Yeah, and I went back and watched that, and I got to credit OMD because he's the one who called it and said it was going to happen. And I'm like, I watched it back, and I'm like, OMD got something right.
Right. Mind blown.
Love you,
but
OMD, if you're listening.
I'm slightly more invested in this now.
Oh yeah, me too. And
I'm not a fan of Ronda Rousey. I haven't really been
Yeah.
a fan of Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler, I think, is worlds ahead of Ronda Rousey when it comes to professional wrestling.
Yes.
But it's an MMA rules match, which is more Ronda Rousey's territory. So
Shayna's been through the MMA circle as well. So
yeah, oh yeah, she has been, but not to the notoriety of the Ronda Rousey.
No.
Right?
No.
So it'll be very interesting.
It'll be very, very interesting, but because of the rumors of Ronda being on her way out, I'm going with Shayna. I have to go with her because they need to push her right now. And if they need to push her to the point where she's going to threaten Rhea's title reign.
Okay. You know, you and I are on the same wavelength with that. That is, Rhea Ripley has gone through so many people. But what about a name like Shayna Baszler to kind of come up and give her that run for her money? I think that that's absolutely perfect. And that's kind of where I was going with that as well. Shayna Baszler winning this matchup is prediction from myself to move on and have a program with Rhea Ripley and be that person that you figure is going to take the championship off of Rhea Ripley.
Right.
Singles match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Drew McIntyre will be taking on Gunther, the champion right now. I'm excited for this because I get to see Gunther wrestle once again. Drew's great. Don't get me wrong. I am much more of a fan of Gunther than I am of Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
I'm predicting he's keeping that championship. He's keeping that IC belt. He's going to break records.
And I'm on the same page as you. Gunther is on the road, and he will do it. He's going to beat the Honky Tonk Man's Intercontinental title record.
Yeah.
I kind of want Honky to be on hand when that day happens.
I think that would be cool.
I 100% expect a knockdown European brawl between these two.
If it isn't, then creative did something wrong.
Yeah.
Right. That's
because
producers are doing something wrong if that isn't what it is.
I'm just thinking like their last meeting when they all oh no, wait, Drew didn't fight. I'm thinking about the last time that Gunther fought a fellow European, which was at Clash of the Castle with Sheamus involved in the match. I can't remember who else. It was a triple threat, I believe. But I just remember that just being a knockdown drag-out brawl too, and that's what I want from Gunther and Drew as well.
I think we definitely will get that, and I hope that they give them time to tell that story that has been brewing for the last little while.
I want to see. I want to see them. I want to see them go at least 15. So
that's a good number. I think 15 is great. If this is going to be the culmination of this, then we need to make sure that we're giving them that time to fulfill everything with this show.
Dog's giving out his prediction too.
Yep.
As is my bird. So
we're going to have a singles matchup for social media sensation versus a man who does a lot of flippy dippy shit, but people like him.
Flippy dippy shit makes sense.
We're looking at Ricochet taking on Logan Paul. Logan's taking this in my mind.
Yeah.
100%. Not to make Ricochet look bad, but to help promote Logan Paul and a partnership for him and the WWE to continue to put the WWE back out into popular culture. This is a perfect way to do that in my books.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And this in no way is going to hurt Ricochet. I feel like this is maybe going to be a nice boost for him, considering Logan Paul personally asked to have this match.
Right.
This is going to be a very highly athletic, technical, high-flying match based off the spots that we saw them do at Money in the Bank and the Royal Rumble. I kind of want to see what's the next big spot that they do. I'm very excited about that.
Even just the little stuff that they have been doing on Raw, right? Like even just these little things that they've been doing there, where they've been doing, flying over the top rope, landing on their feet, doing all of this really good stuff is kind of giving us a little bit of a small insight, right? It's our trailer into the final picture show of Ricochet and Logan Paul. So you think Logan's taking this as well then?
Yeah, because I'm just thinking celebrity-wise, celebrities don't really lose matches. Logan's lost a couple already, but
right. So let's move on to Tribal Combat for the undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship and recognition of Tribal Chief.
Right.
Obviously, Roman Reigns is who we're talking about, who's going to keep that championship by defeating Jey Uso. I'm not seeing Jey Uso as being the person to take the championship off of Roman Reigns, although I would be okay with it. What are your thoughts?
I was just going to say the same thing. Roman's going to take the win, but I keep going back to Roman's very first title defense at the start of this reign, which was Jey Uso. And how interesting would it be if we bookended Roman's reign with Jey Uso winning the title from him?
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Let's
hope creative things like you.
Yeah. If Jey wins, though, he doesn't hold the title for long.
No, not long at all. I think there'd definitely be some shenanigan that happens where Roman Reigns gets a rematch, wins it back, or Solo comes in for the match and wins and then just hands it back to Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I can see something like that happening. What I don't want to see, though, because Paul Heyman still walks around carrying those other two championships, I do not want to see Jey Uso win the golden W, only for Roman Reigns to continue to walk around with the red and the blue W's.
Mm-hmm.
That's my mind went there a while ago, and I was just like, oh shit, if they do this, boo.
Yeah, I was going to say, I noticed that they're slowly phasing out the belts, though, because this past Friday, Paul didn't come to the ring with them. They were off in the background in a backstage segment, and that's about it.
They're still there, though.
Yeah, they're still there, and they were pretty prominent where they were in the background.
Yeah. Something that I didn't think that we would see in a while, but we're seeing a triple threat match for the WWE Women's Heavyweight Championship, or the Women's Championship. The champion, Asuka, will be taking on Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair. What? My first question is, why the holy hell is Charlotte Flair included in yet another title match when she was gone for so long, came back? What has she done? She's done nothing but want to just get into this title opportunity and bitch and moan her way in there and go, I'm a Flair. I'm sorry, I cannot stand Charlotte Flair.
As long as Charlotte doesn't win, I will be happy because Bianca actually has a case for going after Asuka. Charlotte doesn't.
There's
Charlotte's
no build for this.
How long is she? She's been off our screen for a long time before she came back. A very long time. And I feel like if you're going to
up there,
if she's going to disappear and then come back, build her up a little bit, you know.
Oh, but she's the queen.
Hand
we
her
don't
the title.
Have to.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
It's just like the man on my screen right now who we can't see. When he said, I used to hate when he would come back and be like, I want a title shot, because he did the same thing too.
He did. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous that happens. Oh, I'm not super huge on Bianca Belair. She's a great worker. But that title reign that she had seemed way too long and drawn out, and I don't want to see her with that championship again.
Yeah, like I said, I'd be happy if Charlotte didn't win. I wouldn't mind Bianca, but at the same time, as I said earlier in the show, I'm a bigger fan of Asuka. Asuka needs to win.
Noob, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate you.
Yeah, welcome, Noob. Asuka is doing fantastic as a heel. She's doing way better than her previous heel run. So
right. And I think as I've started calling her, we're getting a little bit more of that Asuka.
Oh yeah,
out of her instead of just Asuka. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure Asuka will be keeping the championship here. This one has me a little worried and concerned. This one goes back many, many years. The singles match for the World Heavyweight Championship, a matchup between our current champion, Seth freaking Rollins, taking on Finn Balor. I'm going to go out on a limb here. Finn Balor is winning that championship.
Based on the dominance we've been seeing from Judgment Day, I think so too. But I also think that Damian cashes.
Right.
Or do we build to Damian cashing? Because I kind of want to see, based off what we're seeing, because we got Dominic with the North American title, Rhea with the women's, and Damian with the Money in the Bank. I kind of want to see a little bit of a golden stable going on here.
Are we going to run into a situation where Finn does not beat Seth Rollins? Seth Rollins retains the heavyweight championship, but then the cash in from Damian Priest happens with Damian Priest winning and bringing that championship over.
That's another scenario that's come across my mind, and I still wouldn't mind it. I'm not saying I'm sick and tired of Seth Rollins being a heavyweight champion, because frankly, I'm very much enjoying his reign right now.
Me too. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that matchup, but my vote is for Finn Balor taking that championship.
And that's why I'm excited about this match. There's so many variables that you can explore with this match.
Out of everything that we've talked about on this show, I can't see Bianca Belair winning that championship. Maybe Charlotte, okay, like that's a huge possibility because it's Charlotte Flair. They'll give her whatever the hell she wants. I don't see Roman Reigns losing. I don't see Gunther losing. There's a championship that needs to maybe change hands at some point. I don't know. I think it could be that one right there.
Welcome, Thomas, to the show.
Thank you so much. I have literally no idea as to why this video came up as a suggestion to check out and watch on YouTube, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
just a
thank
couple
you.
of dudes who are up to no good, making a little trouble in the neighborhood, talking about some professional wrestling each and every week. If you want to follow the channel, that would be fantastic, or even just give a thumbs up on this video would be beautiful as well.
Yeah, hit up
I
that
think we're getting a
subscribe.
lot more of that happening. A lot more people are leaving some thumbs up on different stuff that we're doing. So, because of that, it's getting pushed out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. And I'm the type of person that if you have a YouTube account and that you have content on there, you follow me, I will follow you back, and we will support each other. That is always the thing that I have done throughout the entire time that I have been podcasting, broadcasting, and doing any of this. I appreciate you almost as much as I appreciate Brock Lesnar. I love that man.
Oh yeah.
I love Brock Lesnar.
Okay, but for me with Brock though, at one point he did have go away heat with me, but he managed to turn that around.
Right? Brock is amazing. Brock is amazing at being able to do that.
Yeah.
Where he can have that like you just want him to go away. You just want him gone. You're just like, nope, get the fuck out of here.
And I think
but
that
then
was
just something. And
yeah.
it's like, ooh, wait, no.
I think it was just because every time he came back again, like Charlotte, like John Cena, he came back, got a shot at the belt.
Always. This time he didn't.
No, and I love it.
Right? Me too. Brock Lesnar will be taking on Cody Rhodes. The story has not completed yet. Yes, this is what, number 3?
Yeah, this is going to be their rubber match. Number 3. They are tied 1 apiece.
I'm very torn with this. Cody Rhodes is great. I have very much respect for that man. Brock Lesnar has always been a favorite of mine to watch. Cody Rhodes is winning this. There, I've said it.
Yeah, Cody has to win this because Brock is going to disappear for a little bit after SummerSlam. He usually after SummerSlam disappears and doesn't come back till the Rumble. So
right.
But yeah, he needs to disappear, and then maybe we start building to Cody and the winner of Seth and Finn for the World Heavyweight.
Okay, I could see that. I definitely could.
Because it has been confirmed by one Mr. Collahue, Survivor Series is having War Games. So
yes,
Cody captaining a War Games team against Judgment Day.
Okay. That could be real interesting too.
And it makes sense for Cody because it's Dusty's creation.
Exactly. There's the card. That is going to be SummerSlam this Saturday. I'm happy about it. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah. I want to bring it back just a little bit for that Battle Royal, though, and say the implications that I thought have changed because you said Raw and SmackDown now.
Mm-hmm.
I now think that there's going to be not only just the U.S. title implications, but if a Raw guy wins, we get Intercontinental Championship implications in there.
Right.
But for the Battle Royal, LA Knight's taking it.
That's exactly. I think if anybody else does, it's a missed opportunity. I think that LA Knight is 100% deserving of that. Yeah, he is deserving of it 100%. Yeah, he needs to have that win. Yeah, he needs to be in that opportunity. Yeah, he needs to be our Battle Royal winner. Yeah. Before we get to our... Oh, hold on here.
We have a comment.
Yeah, Thomas, thank you so much. Says, who would have ever thought we would see the next big thing, Brock Lesnar versus the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, having a trilogy of matches together, AEW versus WWE at its best. You're not the first one to have said that. I have heard that from numerous different
Yeah.
people who have made the comparison of AEW versus WWE when it comes to Cody and Brock Lesnar. So there are a lot of like-minded people out there. You are one of them. You are one of them. That's amazing.
So I got to ask you, early prediction. What is going to be your match of the night?
Gunther and Drew. I think that's going to be my match of the night.
Yeah, it's a very tough pick for me, but I got to go because of the fact that their previous two matches, Cody and Brock, have been nothing short of extraordinary. This third one's going to be just as good, I think.
Oh, yeah, it definitely is. 100% it is. If they do some stupid shit with Gunther and Drew and it only goes like 5 minutes, then yeah, of course that's not going to be my match of the night. It can't be then because I like professional wrestling. I don't want to see bullshit happening on my screen. I want to see professional wrestling. And these are two of the best in Gunther and Drew McIntyre to step inside of that ring for a European style. Give us that, please. Allow my viewing pleasure to be European style professional wrestling out of these two men. That will make it my match of the night.
And what a missed opportunity for SummerSlam right now is that we don't have Becky and Trish on the card.
We do not. But it is the WWE and professional wrestling where we always say never say never.
I mean, for all we know, it could be announced right now on NXT or on SmackDown, you know?
It could be. It definitely could be. Before we get to our final topic of the night here, we've already gone 52 minutes, and I didn't think that we were going to today, but we've already gone 52 minutes. That is insane. You see that I'm wearing a Turnbuckle Talk shirt here. If you guys are interested, you can find Turnbuckle Studios merchandise at carlcarafel.redbubble.com. It is in the ticker down below for you. We'll leave that there for a moment. There is stuff from Turnbuckle Talk, the Raw Watch Along. There will be more merch added for that. Paramindful that I am a part of as well. The Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke. And just some random fuck the Remsburg stuff too for you because I hate Remsburg. Yeah, Bryce, I'm talking to you. I'm not a fan. Okay, fuck the Remsburg.
Yeah.
And that's language that I typically don't use on this show. You're welcome. If you want to, go and check that out. Every little bit that does go into that does come back to me and into these programs that I do. If you were a fan of comics, Funko Pops, board games, card games, collectible pieces, or anything like that, check out my friends at Invasion Comics and Collectibles, invasioncnc.ca. Go there, check them out. If there is something there that you want to purchase, you can always use the secure checkout that is available there for you. Take a look at what my buddy Shelby has there if you're interested in comics and collectibles.
I just want to point out something I just saw on NXT right now, and I thought it was quite funny. We have Tiffany Stratton on my screen right now, and she's doing makeup tutorials through TikTok, and it's coming across like Dashing Cody Rhodes.
Really?
But it's really fun. It's really interesting, though. She's doing the whole bitch Barbie, basically. You know what I mean?
Right. Hey, I think that's a great thing, especially to capitalize with the Barbie movie that just came out, right?
Yeah.
Perfect capitalization on that. I know you've got a lot of thoughts on this, and AEW seems to want to capitalize on something as well. There is the trademark that has been filed by AEW for AEW Plus. That was filed on July 24th. So what it says is down below that I'm going to read. AEW Plus trademark registration is intended to cover the category of streaming of professional wrestling entertainment video material on the internet. Says, as we build a great library of historical content, it presents more and more opportunities for a potential fast, free, ad-supported streaming television entity, according to Tony Khan.
Mm-hmm.
Free, ad-supported streaming television. That's a big thing. That's a huge kicker for me, that they are going to look at AEW Plus as a fast entity as opposed to a pay service. So, with that knowledge, what thoughts do you have right now?
I mean, does this mean we're going to get the pay-per-views for free on the streaming service as well, or
what does it mean for pay-per-views? Good question.
Yeah.
Reports emerged earlier this summer that Warner Brothers Discovery was looking to expand the pay-per-view calendar for AEW, considering the precedent set by other professional wrestling streaming services like New Japan and WWE. Wrestling fans would likely expect to get AEW pay-per-views on Fight Plus without an additional charge. So AEW launching a streamer would indicate confidence that their potential subscriber count would yield more revenue than their pay-per-view buys. But you see, I don't know how, because now they're saying, oh, subscription-based. If you want without all the commercials, would
so
be
the commercials
around
would be paying for the
$10
free
a
service.
month.
And $10
commercials
a month
for the
is not
free
bad.
service. Apparently, what they're looking at is $10 a month, which will include the pay-per-views, which is what the WWE network was before.
Yeah.
For us in Canada, at least, I had it at $9.99 for a while, and then it went to $14.99. Right?
Yeah.
So, given that number, for them to really get the revenue that they would need, they would be looking at 312,000 subscribers paying $10 a month. Do you think that is feasible?
I don't know. There's a yes and no to that, because the hardcores are going to pay for the subscription service. Part-time fans, not so much. I'm just wondering if they have enough content, though. Like, I know they have ROH's content and theirs.
Right.
And that's pretty much it.
But they could include heels.
Oh, that's right. They could even throw up RJ City's show that he does on YouTube.
Yep, 100% they could. They could even get a hold of Turnbuckle Studios, and we could do some content for them as well.
I mean, WWE contacted Conrad. Why can't they contact us? Why can't AEW contact us?
I'm pretty sure AEW can and should.
Oh, yeah.
So,
but no,
at $10 a month, would you buy a subscription?
I think I would, just because I already have a hard time accessing NXT pay-per-views or
AEW pay-per-views.
AEW pay-per-views. So this would be very easy for me to get them.
Right.
I'm just wondering on what devices they would be on. Would they be on like video game consoles? I know they'll be on computers. Will they be on phones? And when is this service coming out? That's the question I'm wondering too.
A whole world of unknowns when it comes to that as of right now. Stay tuned, though. As we find out more, we will be letting each and every one of you know. And places that you can find all of that would be at my Linktree, linktr.ee/Karl Karufel. That's linktr.ee/KARLKARUFEL. Follow those socials over there to stay on top of everything Turnbuckle Talk and Turnbuckle Studios. Or you could always watch what Chris Best is putting out there as well on his socials. YouTube at Chris Damage 83, Twitch at CBRS_entertainment, Threads at CBest Films 83, and Facebook at Chris.Best 83. That's where you could follow Chris. Make sure you are, because I know on the
I've already started
Threads,
putting stuff there, so
exactly, on Threads and on Facebook, he is going to be posting a lot of different content when it comes to not just Turnbuckle Studios and this program, Turnbuckle Talk, but also for our local establishment. Go back and take a look at the beginning of the video. You guys will be able to see the ticker that was flowing for our local establishment. And if you're looking for some news for fans, by real fans, check out our friends at realwrestling.net. News and views by real fans. That includes us here with Turnbuckle Talk, because we are partnered with them. Turnbuckle Talk is international, as we are with realwrestling.net, a UK-based website and entity. Chris, before we leave, do you have anything else to add to this program here tonight?
No, other than I'm a little more excited now for this AEW streaming service, because like in the back of my head, as I said, it's really hard for me to fork out the $60-70 for a pay-per-view. So maybe the $10 subscription might not be a bad idea.
I think it wouldn't be a bad idea either. That is Chris Best. I am Carl Carafel. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, give us a thumbs up, do all of those little things that you can do for free to help out this channel. If you are liking what you're seeing, share it with your friends. We would greatly appreciate it. Remember, everyone, the world's a scary place. Take care of each other.